Hey, welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are talking running with Ed. Once again, I have with me Sarah Dunlap. We're pretty familiar with Sarah. We've seen you on our television a couple of times, showing us some fun tips over at Silver Mountain. So, gosh, welcome, coach and trainer over at the Silver Mountain Sports Club, and then Joanna Chesley, event chair and co-founder of Running with Ed. Welcome to the show, ladies. It's so great to have you both here bright and early in the morning. I guess you're used to this because all the training and coaching that you do. But we're so pleased to be talking about Running with Ed and all the wonderful things you have going on. We're talking about pretty much the training side of things and also the fun stuff that you guys have going on this morning. So first off, let's remind people of what is Running with Ed all about.
Well, Running with Ed is our relay race to support the Park City Schools, run through the Ed Foundation. So it's a 38-mile race, 10 legs, so 5 runners split it up, and they each run twice. The course goes through all the most beautiful parts of Park City and past all our schools. So along the way, we get to highlight each school, and they really take advantage of the opportunity to show off and throw a good party for the runners while they're waiting to exchange from one runner to the next as they move along the course.
Well, it sounds like such a fun time, and we're going to show you guys some photos of all the great costumes that people dressed up in. But the big question is, how do I train? How do I get ready for something like this? You are offering a running class, a running 101, I guess, for those who maybe aren't as familiar, but also those who want to kind of get up on their own training, even if they've run before. Tell me about your class.
Our running 101 class is for people that are getting back into running or people who are beginners. Running with Ed is a good way to get started with this as well, because there's a lot that's involved with it. You think you can naturally just run, but most people have to actually take it slowly. And
there is a science to it.
There is, and have good technique and wear the right footwear and things like that. So that's where I come in and help.
So Sarah, what can we expect from one of these classes? How long does it go for, and I guess how many times a week could you plan on working with you?
Yeah, the Running 101 class is on Friday mornings at 8:30, and we're going to go all the way through the summer. We're actually planning on doing, I got people
Beyond
doing,
Running with Ed.
Beyond Running with Ed. We've got a 5K, the Park City Trail Series 5K, and the 10K, and then some people will go on and do the 15K and the half marathon as well.
Excellent. So in terms of actual training, give us an idea. I mean, I think like many people who may not be familiar with the whole technique involved with running, they're like, well, like you said, I just run.
Yeah.
Kind of give us an idea of some things that you work on.
Well, the most common injury that I see is plantar fasciitis, because people tend to take their workout shoes that they wear at the gym and go out and run, and they may be on hard surfaces and hadn't really thought about getting a new pair of shoes. Their shoes may be 1 or 2 years old, and when that happens, your body gets a lot of impact, and you can see foot injuries, knee injuries, hip injuries, things like that. So I think it's very important to evaluate a runner's gait as well as their foot strike and make sure that they're in the correct pair of shoes. That's half the battle, and then at that point, it's really important to only increase your running distance by about 10% per week. So it takes a long time to get up to a good distance.
It's a gradual movement, but you will move forward in doing this class. So keep going, guys. You want to make sure you get that. And then one last thing on it, you do heart rate zone testing, running specific strength training.
Yes.
It's a wonderful start to get involved in something like Running with Ed. So
and beyond.
Yeah, beyond that for sure. Is to get your kickstart to your spring and to your summer, to running in this beautiful weather. And gosh, Running with Ed, you guys are at the perfect time of year. I think it's not too hot, not too chilly. So let's talk about some of the other fun things going on. Once you've done all the training with Sarah, what can we expect?
Well, it's great to have the program that Sarah offers. It kind of works so naturally with the program on our website. As you don't have to run every day, and you can still go to your favorite class, whether it be Sarah's Running 101, or if you are a fan of a different class, you can still do those and then do your runs, and it just works out perfectly. So you'll be all set to join the party and run along the course. Like I said, each exchange is a party in itself, and they usually have food, music, decorations. UOP even puts up bounce houses, and some of the exchanges.
Take the stress off your legs and just go to the bounce house for a couple minutes.
have entertainment for the rest of the team too while they're waiting for the runners. So it really is just a great way to spend the day with your
Let's talk
friends.
about some of these costumes on here. We're just showing, I think were those Nacho Libres?
Those were our costume winners last year. That was the Mexican wrestlers, and they actually ran in the full costume the whole way.
Nice.
So they won last year.
Very cool. We were showing a couple of those. And give us some ideas of what we can dress up as. Do you have to do a theme with your team, or you can all do whatever you want?
We see both. Generally, there seems to be a team theme. I saw some of the pictures you had up. Mr. Ed from McPullen now at the high school ran with some of his teachers, and he was simply irresistible. That from that video in the 80s, the women were all in their, not just women, I must say, in their black dresses and makeup, and they all ran, and they actually won. I think it was the year before. He was a groom, and the rest of his teachers were brides.
He was telling us about that.
Yeah,
that's pretty
and they
funny.
Threw rice and
that's kind of hard to beat.
It is, yes. Just lots of fun. The teachers really seem to. They're a big part of our race. They've just been the core support from the beginning. When we first went to them the first year and said, we want to do this race so we can give you guys more money. There's game on, let's do it. And so they come out in great costumes every year. When they started the French dual immersion, they came in their berets and baguettes in hand and all kinds of things. So people really have fun with it, and kind of just whatever their little personal take is, just really kind of incorporate that and what they want to wear. We have a team that Bugsy Malone and the Flappers last year is what they called themselves. Before that, I think they were Casey and the Sunshine Girls, and they just come out and have a great time every year, and they really go for it, and it's just super fun. And to see people running in these outfits is just spectacular.
It almost sounds like it's more fun to be a spectator almost.
I love it. I do. I love seeing everybody, and after I work the starting line, and then I have about an hour before people start coming back in. So I go out, and it's just so fun to see them running along the road or the trails. You can see them and just all over town, people with their cars painted on their windows, honking their horns. It's just a spectacular show of community support that goes well beyond the fundraising. I mean, it's super important. It's a key part of our fundraising to fund the site grants for the schools. The principals and the teachers have an opportunity to ask the Ed Foundation for those things they need that just they can't get the state funding for, whatever, or they want to try something a little innovative and different. It kind of helps them raise the bar, the money that we raise for this. But beyond the money, the support of the community and the energy that you feel around town, it's just, it just gives me this burst of energy, a little bubble in my heart.
Well, I would think it kind of creates a sense of even deeper community. I mean, we already have that so strong in Park City, but something like this, it's just wonderful.
It's awesome, and people come from everywhere. We have businesses like the Montage that put together 5 teams, and they run, and we have participation from the day school and the Weileman School. So it's not just the money stays in the Park City School District, but people see beyond that and the value that it has to the community, and they come and join the race just to be a part of it and to join the fun.
Wonderful. So how do you go about registering if you
register online at www.runningwithed.com, and we've not had complaints about some races are hard to register for. I think people managed to get on there and get it taken care of and get signed up by April 19th.
Very good. Yeah. Glad to hear it. Well, I think we have about 1 more minute left, and Sarah, I want to ask us some general running questions. For those, I mean, you talk about this being, it's a really deep community event. It's something that's just a fun time, and for beginning and advanced runners alike. For those who are kind of hesitant to, maybe they've never done a race this extensive, or they're kind of fearful, I think, in approaching something like this if it's their first time. What do you have to say to those up-and-coming potential runners?
Well, the first thing I have to say is it's called Running with Ed, but it's okay to walk. And I think that people, when they see a race or an event like that, they think they have to run the entire thing, and they're wondering how they're going to get there in time and, and not hurt themselves. So it's always okay to walk. That's the first thing. I actually have athletes who plan to walk when they do races, so because they can't run. So that's the first thing. And then be patient with yourself. Be patient with your body. Expect you're going to be sore a little bit, and expect that it's going to take some time to get there. And, if you were a fast runner earlier in your life and you've come back to it and you can't run as fast anymore, it's all good.
It's all for a good cause.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
You'll feel better by the end of the after party.
Oh, for sure.
Good vibe, live music, everything's included, free food, and great sponsor expo. So you'll forget about those aches and pains by the time you go home.
Yeah, it's a fun
All right,
event.
ladies, any last words to add? I think we've about covered everything.
Yeah, I'd just like to say you can reach me at silvermountainsportsclub.com and click on the triathlon training link, and we have all kinds of different programs besides running.
Yeah, let's remind people really quick, not just running, some of the other classes and things that you help.
I have a bike camp going right now on Saturday mornings, getting ready to ride outside, triathlon training, and that's where we have a whole list of races that we're training for this summer. And then we also have a 6-week program to lose fat, and it's called Skinny Jeans Boot Camp.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That gets you going for sure. Well, so exciting. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us early this morning. I'm sure you're going to head right over to the sports club
gym
and start with your training again with your clients. And thank you so much, Joanna, for being here.
Us, Chelsea.
Exciting. Remind people the date one more time.
The race date is May 18th, and we want you to sign up by April 19th.
All right. Very good.
Better.
Get on it. Get your costumes ready. You only have a little while left to get that going. And thanks so much for being here with us, guys. We'll be right back after this quick break to talk about more on the Mountain Morning Show, including pond skimming.